James Oxygen and Supply, from residential to industrial, a locally owned family business serving Western North Carolina since 1956.
Welcome into Community Focus here on the WHKY News. Ralph Mangum with you. Here are WHKY's Arianna Mack and her guest with information on BikeWalk NC.
Arianna Mack reporting for WHKY, joined by Bruce Tretter, board member of BikeWalk NC. They've got a real big meeting coming up in September here in Hickory. Tell us about it.
All right, well, that's the North Carolina Transportation Summit, and this will be our 14th annual summit. I've been with the group for a little over 2 years, but it's our signature event of the year, and we're going to have it in Hickory, and I think for a really good reason. There's a lot going on that I'm glad to talk about that's going on in Hickory that will make the event, applicable and relevant to our city and our region, but also to the state. We have a statewide program that's really picking up some speed right now. It's called the Friendly Driver Program. So that's about informing drivers of all ages about how to interact with active mobility, so people who aren't behind the steering wheel. And that program, that problem is something that really needs to be addressed because it's not part of the driver's license manual or on the driver's test. And I mean, I had a situation where I was on a road and I was signaling to turn left, and so I put out my left arm to turn left, and the next thing I knew, I heard screeching tires. I looked down and I saw a bumper right behind my back wheel. I continued rolling. Anyway, I spoke with the person, was a young woman. I said, "Did you see me put out my arm like this?" And she said, "Yes, but I didn't know what that meant." Now, you can't argue. You can't say, well, listen, you should know, or there shouldn't have been an accident. But just hearing that, brings to it just reminds us that, or it makes us aware that people don't know what that means. So how do we communicate that? And that's just one of the challenges that we have to improve safety for us and also for drivers. And before we got on, you were talking about an incident that we had here in the Hickory area. So it was actually in Conover, but a cyclist, a man on a bike, was killed in a hit-and-run accident just before 9 o'clock last Friday. And so it was on a busy road, Route 70, and the cyclist had a rear light. But drivers aren't looking for that. They're looking for other cars, especially at night, and especially in a place that's not well lit.
Yes, I appreciate you for bringing up that incident. As WHKY previously reported, a bicyclist was injured and killed last Friday, February 14th. These initiatives that BikeWalk NC are working towards are going to help those situations. Getting those drivers more educated is exactly where we're coming from. Thank you so much, Bruce, for joining us on WHKY. I'm Arianna Mack for WHKY News.
Thank you, Arianna, and thanks to Bruce Tretter for his time as well. There will be a new all-way stop intersection in Alexander County. Rob Eastwood reports.
The North Carolina Department of Transportation, or NCDOT, is planning to convert Gill Childers Road at Three Forks Church Road in Taylorsville to an all-way stop intersection. Message boards were deployed to notify drivers of the change and will remain on site for approximately a month. State officials will convert the intersection Tuesday, February 25th by adding new stop bar markings and additional stop signs. Drivers approaching a four-way stop should follow these right-of-way rules. The first vehicle to the intersection has the right-of-way ahead of any vehicle that has not yet arrived. When two or more vehicles reach an intersection at the same time, the vehicle to the right has the right-of-way. The vehicle with the right-of-way may move straight ahead or, if legal and after signaling, turn left or right. When two facing vehicles approach an intersection at the same time, both drivers can move straight ahead and turn right. If one driver is going straight while the other wants to turn left, the driver who wants to turn left must yield. The driver who is traveling straight ahead has the right-of-way. And even with the right-of-way, remember to use the appropriate turn signals and be careful to avoid hitting other vehicles and/or pedestrians. For real-time travel information, visit drivenc.gov or follow the NCDOT on social media. Reporting for WHKY News, I'm Rob Eastwood.
Thank you, Rob. That brings us to the end of Community Focus today. On behalf of Rob Eastwood, Arianna, Mack, Jason Savage, and Bruce Tretter, I'm Ralph Mangum. This has been the WHKY News.